Hey guys, my name is G.P.S. and welcome back to my channel. I don't think I've ever done a mixed designer haul of different products from different brands, but I asked you guys on Instagram a couple of weeks ago if you'd be interested in seeing everything that I picked up during the post-holiday sale, and I believe 97% of you said yes, so that's exactly what we'll be doing. So if you want to see everything that I picked up from designers like McQueen, Bottega, and then I believe Valentino, and maybe a couple of smaller pieces, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I have two huge boxes in front of me that arrived in the mail a couple of weeks ago, and I have not actually opened them, so this is going to be a true unboxing with you guys. And it's been quite a while since I bought something new in a sale because it didn't matter how good sales have been in the past year. I simply wasn't really inspired to pick anything up. I don't know if it's because we were not going anywhere and I didn't feel that I would be able to take advantage of them or what was the reason, but last year I don't remember picking up anything in the seasonal sales. But for some reason, ever since the new year hit, I've been inspired to pick up new things here and there. I don't know why, but I'm hopeful that I'll get a chance to wear them at some point, hopefully later this year. And even if I don't, I'll be able to wear them for you guys. So I'm excited to add a couple of new pieces to my collection. Some of the things are from Matches Fashion and then some of them from Net-a-Porter. So I think let's start with Matches Fashion because that's strictly ready to wear. Okay, so this is the huge box that arrived from Matches Fashion, which honestly feels weirdly heavy. I remember what I ordered, but I didn't expect it to be this heavy. But anyway, I guess we'll have to see. I haven't actually looked in here. I have taken the seal off just to make it easier for us to open it. But I'm excited to dig in. And as I mentioned, this is from Matches Fashion. I would say that I go to Matches Fashion if I'm looking for something really specific, because even though they carry a huge array of different designers, I think that they are probably one of the most curated websites out there. They have a huge selection of designers, but they only carry selected pieces from each one. So if you're easily overwhelmed by a huge selection of pieces, I think you would really enjoy Matches Fashion. But let's dig in. So this is the box. And then if you open it up, the receipt just fell out. If you open it up, Matches Fashion is always they always have this sort of marble / tie-dye print. This has been their iconic packaging for years, even though it's become really trendy nowadays to have tie-dye. It's something that they've been doing for a long time. So let's see what's in here. It was hand packaged by someone whose handwriting I cannot read. Okay, so I picked up two pieces from Matches Fashion. Both of them are a piece of ready-to-wear. And then I think let me start with this one. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one. Both of these pieces were in the sale. There were three things that I had in mind that I wanted to pick up. I knew I wanted to pick up from both of these designers, and then there was a third thing that I was quite excited for, but they were sold out in my size, so I couldn't pick it up. But I'll still mention it at the end, just in case it would fit you. I think you might enjoy it. But let's start with this, which is this incredible, super chunky, heavy knitted piece from Valentino, and it feels quite scratchy, I'm not going to lie, on top. I expected it to be a little bit thinner. Not thinner necessarily, but maybe a little bit more delicate. But I guess this kind of mohair fabric, I think this would be mohair. I have another sweater that's similar to this from a different designer, and it does feel quite similar. It doesn't tell you what it is. But on top it kind of feels like this fuzzy mohair fabric, which I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this on camera. This is a true kind of neon green slimy color. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on camera. Looking at the viewfinder, it looks a little bit more muted, but it does look like a neon green slime, which is not necessarily my aesthetic, but I was kind of in a mood to add something special to my collection. And then it has another stripe of white in the middle, and then the bottom of the sweater is just plain black. And I did actually see this when it was full price, and I really liked it. But Valentino always goes in the sale, so I was hoping I'd be able to pick this up in the sale, but I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really, really cool, and it was a pretty good price. I think it was 40 or 50% off. So I'm happy with this, and as I said, this is from Valentino. And then the other piece that I picked up is from a designer that I've never really purchased anything from. I did go to their boutique on Madison Avenue last year. I mean, it's been over a year at this point. I was supposed to be in a wedding last year. So I was looking at this designer to pick up a suit for myself, and I never ended up going through with it because of everything that happened. But I have been looking at them ever since. And because they had this piece in the sale, I thought I should give it a try. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to wear it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'm not sure where I'm going to wear it to, even if I come up with a way of doing it. Because it's definitely not something that would be really casual. But it is a blazer from Alexander McQueen, which I just couldn't leave there for the price. And it is this incredible embroidered white blazer, which has this beautiful sort of floral embroidery on the front, which I absolutely loved. And this, I believe, was 60% off. Now, they didn't have a huge selection of sizes, so I ended up going for a size that might be a little bit too big for me. I guess we'll have to try on and see. But I just wanted to give it a try because it looked absolutely beautiful. So it's this sort of, I guess you could call it a tuxedo blazer. So it's a tuxedo blazer style. It's really, really simple. It actually feels really, really weighty, which obviously is a good sign. And then there's really not much to the fabric other than this incredible embroidery that you have all the way down the front. And also down here, if you guys can see it. It just has this beautiful floral embroidery all over it. And it's definitely not a piece that I would have picked up if this was full price, but I just couldn't leave it there because I have been absolutely obsessed with Alexander McQueen's sort of craftsmanship and everything that goes into the making of each one of their pieces. When it comes to tailoring, I believe Alexander McQueen is unmatched, so I'm excited to have my first tailoring piece from them. And yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this because it's a white blazer. White is not really my aesthetic. I have nowhere to wear this to, so we'll see what I can do with this. Maybe I'm definitely going to style this in a more casual way, so I'm thinking about maybe wearing this with just a white t-shirt underneath it, something really simple with dark jeans. We'll see. Maybe I'll put a little clip here so you guys can see what I came up with. Okay, so I just tried on the blazer, and unfortunately, it's just too big. This is a size 54, and I think I should have gone for a size 50, which I really didn't think that would be the right size. I really thought I could have pulled a 54 off. I knew it's going to be a little bit oversized, but I didn't expect it to be this big, especially on the shoulders. The shoulders are way too wide. And looking at the viewfinder, it doesn't look too bad, but in person, it just basically swallows me. So it's not even something that could really be tailored, because if everything was big, but at least the shoulders fit, my tailor could tweak it and tailor it to make it look a little bit more sort of my size. But if the shoulders don't fit, the entire thing needs to be reconstructed, which is going to cost me a fortune, and it's never going to look as good as if it did if I bought it in my right size. So it's not really worth it for me to take this to a tailor, have it taken apart, and then basically put back together from scratch. And I don't even know if they could do that looking at this, because the embroidery here, for example, goes all the way down to the bottom, so it's not even something that could be hemmed, or I feel like if they started taking it apart and tweaking it, the embroidery would get kind of disturbed, so I don't think that would be the best way of approaching this. I think I would have to exchange it, so I'll see if this comes in a smaller size, and if it does come in a size 50, maybe a 52. I'm pretty sure 52 wasn't available because I would have gone for that. But maybe it's back in stock, maybe someone returned it, although I don't know anyone who in their right mind would return this if it fits them. Because the embroidery, the fit, the tailoring, just the way this feels, it just feels like a piece of art. And especially for the price of this in the sale, I mean, if 54 is your size, or if your size is still in stock, this is something that you have to check out. I'll make sure to link it down below. It's Honestly, just such an incredibly beautiful piece. And if I kept this, this is the way I would style it. So I would probably wear this with some sort of a chunky knit. Right now I have an off-white, just really simple cashmere sweater on. I put it on with a pair of just dark denim pants, and obviously it's a piece that I think could be unisex. I can absolutely see this being worn as an overcoat over an evening dress or a gown. You could absolutely style it as part of a suit. Both men and women could wear this. It really, I think it's a suitable piece for everyone, and it's absolutely beautiful as long as obviously the size suits you. And it's really a shame that it doesn't, but hopefully I'll be able to exchange it for something that is a little bit more, well, let's be honest, my size. I just put the box down next to me, and what I noticed is that I have a cup of tea sitting right next to me, and it's already full of the fluff that was falling out from the Valentino sweater. So I'll link the sweater down below, but just for you to know, if you don't like things leaving fluff behind, you're not going to love it, because my cup of tea now is full of fluff, even though I didn't even put this on. I literally just took it out of the box. Anyway, the next box is from Net-a-Porter, as I mentioned, and I picked up quite a few things from them. So let's start with the smaller things, but in case you've never ordered Net-a-Porter, everything from them comes in this beautiful, really, really sleek and elegant black box with the black ribbon, which I love, and they're actually really good quality boxes, so you can definitely keep them around to store receipts or whatever you want. And also they make a beautiful gift. Whenever I give a gift, I always get it from Net-a-Porter, just because I'm lazy and I know I don't have to rewrap it. They always come in beautiful packaging, so I'm a big fan of Net-a-Porter's packaging. And I picked up a few different things from them. I don't know if you guys want to see this. So it comes in the black box, and then it has a piece of black tissue paper on top. And let's start with the smaller things. So one thing that I usually get from Net-a-Porter, and one thing that I restocked on, is my Aesop hand wash. And this is the one with the tiny little exfoliating beads inside. Aesop does two different kinds of hand soap. So they have one that's just a plain old hand soap. There is really nothing special about it. It just smells like spa. It has like a citrusy sort of herbal scent. And then they have one that has tiny little exfoliating beads inside, which I absolutely love. It's a natural exfoliant. I believe they use tiny little rocks or something along those lines, but it's really, really nice, and I absolutely love the experience of washing my hands with these. So I had to pick up another one of these, because we usually go through, I think, one of these every 3 months, and it was out of stock for a long time, so I picked up a new one of these. And then the other product that I picked up that's not a fashion piece is my Augustinus Bader, the Rich Cream. And I'm just looking at the box. I did get the right size. I always get the 50 ml now, which is the largest size that it comes in. And I've probably gone through, I don't even know, 6, 7 of these in the past year. I'm never going to be without this. I am absolutely in love. And I have talked about this before, but the Augustinus Bader, the Rich Cream, is one of the most unique formulas I've ever tried. And it is an extremely rich and thick, nourishing cocooning cream that I think you would absolutely adore if you have drier, sort of lackluster or sensitive skin. It's just so incredibly hydrating, moisturizing, nourishing. I absolutely love this. I've never tried one single moisturizer that has done as much for my skin as this one has. There's just something unique about this, and if you do your research, or if you do read up on this, on the website they will promise you to bring the stars down for you. They're not going to do that, but one thing is for sure, that it is extremely nourishing, and there is something unique about this that my skin absolutely adores. And trust me, I do not want to be spending nearly $300 every few months on this, but it's really worth the money for me. My skin loves it, so I did pick up another bottle of these, and if I can find it on sale, I'll link it down below. This was not in the seasonal Net-a-Porter sale, but I wanted to have one more in my backup drawer. And then the last piece, which I must admit I'm most excited for, is actually from Bottega, but I want to be really transparent. This was not actually in the sale. I bought this full price, but I did see this pop up on sale on a different site, which I will have linked down below. And the reason why I didn't go with them is because they don't offer free international shipping, so I didn't want to pay for shipping. And then if I get charged for import duties because it came from the States, it would end up being the same price as if I bought it full price from another retailer. So I ended up going with a retailer that I know doesn't charge for any of those things because they have different distribution centers around the globe. So I ended up going with them. But if you're in the US and you like this bag, definitely check out my info box, because if it's still in stock, you can pick it up with quite a bit of a discount. So I'm super excited for this. And Bottega is a brand that obviously has been all the craze. People have been going crazy for them. And I've always liked Bottega, but I never wanted to give in to the trend, especially because some of their pieces I find them to be ridiculously expensive, especially if you consider that they are more sort of seasonal trends. Obviously, they're beautifully made, so you will have them in your collection for a long time. But some of the pieces that they come out with nowadays are very, I would say, trend oriented. They are definitely not timeless by any means. But I have been really getting into their ready to wear, especially Bottega ready to wear. I mean, I really haven't seen anything from their men's collection that I wouldn't want to have or I couldn't see myself wearing. So you might see quite a bit of Bottega ready to wear unboxing from me this year if you want to see more of these sort of ready to wear unboxings, which I never know if people are interested in, and that's why I haven't done them in the past. But if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know that I should film more of these in the future. But anyway, this is the little box that the piece came in. It also came with a little Bottega envelope and then another birthday ticket, I guess, in case you want to return it. But let's go ahead and reveal the newest micro bag that's being added to my collection, which is the micro take on the Bottega, at this point, iconic pouch bag, which I did have a chance to look at in store nearly a year ago at this point. But at the time in store, you could only pick it up in more vivid colors. So I think they had a pink, an orange, and then maybe a gold. They didn't have black in store, but I knew that if I'm ever going to pick this up, it's going to have to be in black. And I do, as I mentioned, quite like Bottega, but I don't think I would ever buy one of their larger bags, because even though they're really well made, I don't think that they're going to last a long time in your collection. Because they're quite trend oriented, I wouldn't invest in an actual bag. But because I've been such a big fan of this shape, I love the idea of having this little cloud made of leather with you at all times. I am really happy that I was able to add something to my collection. And if you only like the aesthetic and the idea of it, maybe buying a little pouch could be a good way of getting your toes wet before investing in a bag. Obviously, if you like the functionality, the fact that it's this huge, never-ending, extremely supple clutch bag that fits everything but the kitchen sink, obviously this is not going to be for you. But if you just like the aesthetic and the idea, I think you would really enjoy this. And this was a fraction of the price of the original bag. Obviously it is not as functional as the bag itself. Or is it? I think it might be, considering it comes with this little strap, which means that you can use this almost as a little shoulder bag. You can use this as a micro clutch. You can use this as a card holder if it fits a card. I will make sure to test if it fits a card holder or not. You can use this as a little pouch inside of another bag to keep things organized. I could absolutely see myself just carrying this out on its own, putting a card in there, putting my keys, everything, and just having this as my catch-all and hold-all. I think this would be perfect for that. So there is quite a bit that you can do with this. You can also use this as a back charm in a larger bag, especially maybe on a travel bag, in case you need things that you want to get easy access to. You could absolutely put them in there. On most websites, they style this as a necklace, which is definitely not my speed. I would definitely not do this. I mean, it's just not really my aesthetic. But as always, I'll be sure to keep you posted on how it goes. And this is the Valentino sweater that I just ended up throwing on with a pair of just black denim jeans. That's pretty much it. And I'm absolutely in love with this. I think the cut, the fit, the color combination is just absolutely perfect on this. So I ended up going for an extra large, but I knew I could have gone anywhere between a large and maybe even a double extra large. It's an oversized look at the end of the day, so It just really depends on how far you want to take it. Obviously, a large would have been a little bit more tapered, an extra large would have been much more oversized. But I think this shape and this size is just absolutely perfect. It's not too overwhelming, but you get the same idea of the oversized feel. So I love it, and I actually really enjoy the fact that it's not all the same sort of fabric. At the bottom and then the sleeves are this kind of chunkier, sort of regular run-of-the-mill heavy knit. And then the top part and then the white stripe in the middle, these are more of like a fluffy mohair fabric, which I can't lie is actually pretty scratchy, but I do have a black t-shirt underneath it, which I would have on with any other knitwear just so I can avoid having it dry cleaned so often. But I absolutely love it. I think this was an amazing purchase. And if you like the look, I'll make sure to link it down below. Quite a few different retailers have this online, but Matches Fashion had the best price, I think. So I just put the Bottega back here because I was playing around with this, trying to see if it fits a card, and it doesn't, which is just a huge, huge bummer because the only reason why I bought this is so I can have this little bag with me that I can just take out. I can throw a credit card, my keys, my phone in there, and I can just take this with me. It's perfect because it does come with this strap. So if you don't want to carry it, if you get tired of carrying it, you can just throw it over one shoulder and it's perfect and super, super easy and effortless, which I really, really liked about it. But it doesn't fit a card. So I'm not sure if I'm going to still keep this. I think it's still a great thing to have in your arsenal, especially if you're someone who, obviously not nowadays, but once things go back to normal, if you're someone who works in an office, but you often go out at night. Maybe you want to take a larger bag with you in the morning to work, but at night when you go out, you just need something smaller. This is absolutely something that you could have inside of another bag. You can have all your essentials, your phone, your keys, your lipstick, lip balm, whatever you need with you in here. You can just grab this out, be on the go with this, and then you know that your larger bag can carry everything else. So it is a little bit disappointing that it doesn't fit a card. And the reason why it doesn't fit a card is because this magnetic closure that it has here that is actually super, super strong. I don't know if we're in focus. Let's make sure that we are. Yeah, hopefully we are. If the magnetic closure, the opening is not large enough for the card to physically go in there, obviously the leather is not an issue. There's plenty of space down here and you could absolutely scratch that. But if you look at it from the top, you can see that this opening is not wide enough for any sort of card to go in there. It gets stuck and there's no way for you to turn it. So that's really the main issue. I guess you could kind of try to turn it. I tried it with a different card that is not made of metal because I wouldn't want to damage the leather. And it really doesn't seem to be working, which is something that I'm not really happy about. But if cards are not a priority for you, I absolutely love the look of this, and it's extremely soft. I mean, it's literally just like a little cloud made of leather, which is the exact same idea with the larger clutch bag itself. So if credit cards are not important for you, you're going to love this. But if they are, I want you to know that they don't seem to be getting on well with credit cards. And if you enjoy this, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.